Hello students, today I am going to start your new chapter number 30, that is congruence. Two objects are congruent if they have the same size and shape. Two objects are congruent if they have the same size and shape. Congruent objects are identical in all respects in geometry. Two figures identical in its shape and size are said to be congruent. This property of two figures being identical is called congruence. It is denoted by the symbol this. This is symbol of congruence. And read as is congruent to. Okay. For example, this is triangle ABC. Okay. If triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR, then this is the way to write. Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. So this is symbol of congruence. If two figures coincide with each other exactly, then the two figures are congruent. This method of examining congruence by placing one object on the other is called the method of superimposition. Okay. Now, congruence of two line segments. Two line segments are said to be congruent if their lengths are equal. Two line segments are given and you have to find that are these line segments are congruent or not. If their lengths are equal, then those line segments are congruent, otherwise not. These are two line segments AB and CD. Length of AB is 4 cm and length of CD is 4 cm. It means length of these two line segments are same. So line segment AB is congruent to line segment CD. Okay. Line segment AB is congruent to line segment CD because their lengths are same. Now some properties of congruence of line segments. Every line segment is congruent to itself. Okay. Every line segment is congruent to itself. Line segment AB is congruent to line segment AB. If AB and CD are two line segments and AB is congruent to CD, then CD is congruent to AB. Students, if length of AB is equals to CD, then length of CD is also equals to AB. Then if AB is congruent to CD, then CD is congruent to AB. And if AB, CD and EF are three line segments and AB is congruent to CD and CD is congruent to EB, then AB is congruent to EF. If there is one more line segment EF, length of this line segment is also 4 cm. AB is congruent to CD. It means length of AB equals to length of CD. And CD is congruent to EF. It means length of CD is equals to length of EF. It means length of EF is also 4 cm. Then length of AB is 4 cm and length of EF is 4 cm. Then AB is congruent to EF. Means if AB is congruent to CD and CD is congruent to EF, then AB is also congruent to EF. Now congruence of angles. Two angles are said to be congruent if their measures are equal. If this angle is of 60 degree, then this angle must be 60 degree. Then angle A is congruent to angle B. If measure of two angles are equal, then two angles are called congruence angles. Every angle is congruent to itself. Angle A is congruent to angle A. If angle A and angle B are two angles and angle A is congruent to angle B, then angle B is congruent to angle A. If this is of 60 degree and then this is of also 60 degree. If this is congruent to this, then this must be congruent to this. If this angle is equals to this angle, then angle is also equals to this angle. Okay, so if angle A congruent to angle B, then angle B is congruent to angle A. If angle A, angle B and angle C are three angles and angle A congruent to angle B and angle B congruent to angle C, then angle A also congruent to angle C. Okay, this is the same condition as congruence of line segments. Okay students, now congruency of triangles. Each triangle has 6 parts, 3 sides and 3 angles. So for the congruence of two triangles, all the 6 parts of one triangle must be congruent to the 6 identical parts of the other triangle. Okay, this is a triangle ABC and this is another triangle PQR. Let us consider two triangles, triangle ABC and triangle PQR. For the congruence of these two triangles, line segment AB, BC and CA must be congruent to line segment PQ, QR and PR respectively. Okay, AB must be congruent to PQ. It means this line segment equals to this. BC equals to QR and AC equals to RP. And angle A must be equals to angle P, angle B equals to angle Q and angle C equals to angle R. Okay, line segment AB congruent to line segment PQ. It means length of AB is equals to length of PQ, and line segment BC is congruent to QR. It means length of BC is equals to length of QR by the congruency of line segment. And CA is congruent to RP. It means length of CA is equals to length of RP. And angle A is congruent to angle P. It means measure of angle A is equals to measure of angle P. Angle B congruent to angle Q. It means measure of angle B equals to measure of angle Q. And angle C is congruent to angle R. It means measure of angle C is equals to measure of angle R. Friends, if can I write triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. It means this side AB, this must be equals to PQ, and BC, this must be equals to QR. Okay, corresponding sides are equal in congruence triangles, and CA equals to RP. Okay, first second it means first second, second third it means second third, third one it means third and first. And angle A must be equals to angle P. Angle A, if angle A is equals to angle Q, then these triangles are not congruent. These two triangles are congruent if angle A is equals to angle P, angle B equals to angle Q and angle C equals to angle R. It means corresponding parts must be congruent to each other in congruence of triangles. Now, congruence of equilateral triangles. In an equilateral triangle, all sides are equal and each angle is of 60 degree. Okay, two equilateral triangles are said to be congruent if one side of one triangle is equal to one side of the other triangle. Students, we know that if one side is equal to other side, then remaining two sides must be equal to remaining two sides of other triangle. Okay, these are two triangles, equilateral triangles, and side 6 6 6 6 6 6. Okay, these are two equilateral triangles, and angle of each angle of equilateral triangle is of 60 degree. It means if one side this is equals to this, then if this side is 6, then these two remaining sides must be 6 6, and if this side is 6, then these two remaining sides must be 6 centimeter, because this is an equilateral triangle. So if one side is equals to one side of other triangle, then these two triangles are congruent. Now, congruence of quadrilaterals. A quadrilateral is a closed polygon with 4 sides and 4 angles. Hence, for the congruence of two quadrilaterals, 8 elements of one quadrilateral must be respectively congruent to 8 segments of other quadrilateral. These are two quadrilaterals A, B, C, D and P, Q, R, S. AB, BC, CD and DA are its sides, and its sides are PQ, QR, RS and SP, and it has four angles: angle A, angle B, angle C, and angle D. Angle P, angle Q, angle R, and angle S. For quadrilateral ABCD to be congruent to quadrilateral PQRS, following condition must be satisfied. ABCD to be congruent to PQRS, it means AB must be equals to PQ. AB congruent to PQ, it means length of AB is equals to length of PQ, and second third BC, in this second third QR, BC is equals to QR, it means BC congruent to QR, and CD, third and fourth one, third and fourth RS, it means CD congruent to RS, and DA, fourth and first, SP, DA is congruent to SP, it means length of DA is equals to length of SP. Okay, now conditions for angles. Measure of angle A must be equals to measure of angle P, measure of angle B must be equals to measure of angle Q, and measure of angle C equals to measure of angle R, and measure of angle D equals to measure of angle S. Means corresponding parts must be equal. Okay, it's not true if angle C equals to angle P. Okay, angle C must be equals to angle R. Congruence of squares. A square is a quadrilateral in which all sides are equal and each angle is of 90 degree. Two squares are congruent if one side of a square is congruent to any one side of the other square. This is same as congruence of equilateral triangles. Okay, in a square four sides are equal. So if one side of a square is equals to any one side of the other square, then two squares are called congruents. Now congruence of rectangles. A rectangle is a quadrilateral in which the opposite sides are equal. This is a rectangle ABCD. In this, AB is equals to CD and BC is equals to AD, and each angle is of 90 degree. Since all the angles in both the rectangles are of 90 degree. Okay, so angles are equal. For the congruence of two rectangles, length and breadth of one rectangle, length and breadth of one rectangle are equal to the length and breadth of the other rectangle. It means AB congruent to PQ. It means length of AB must be equal to length of PQ. If this length, these two lengths are equal, then CD is equals to SR. Okay, because this is equals to this and this is equals to this. If these two lengths are congruent, then these two lengths must be congruent, and BC congruent to QR or AD congruent to SP. Okay, DA congruent to SP. Then these two rectangles are congruent. If length and breadth of one rectangle are equal to the length and breadth of the other rectangle. Now congruency of circles. Two circles are congruent if their radii are equal. This is a circle X, let this is Y. Okay, if these two radii AO is equals to BC, then circle X is congruent to circle Y. Okay students, so these are conditions of congruence. Students, now you can do your exercise 13.1 easily. First question, state the conditions of congruency for the following. We discussed about them right now. And second is, if triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF, means triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. State the correspondence between the sides and angles of the triangle. It means AB must be congruent to DF and BC must be congruent to EF. First second, second third, and third one CA must be congruent to FD, and angle A must be congruent to angle D, angle B congruent to angle A, angle C congruent to angle F. Okay, let question number 4. Let the correspondence triangle PQR and triangle LMN be true. Fill in the blanks to make such statements correct. It means angle P must be congruent to angle L. First angle, angle Q must be congruent to angle M, and angle R must be congruent to angle N, and side PQ congruent to LM. First second. QR, corresponding side of QR is MN. Okay, and corresponding side of RP or PR is equals to LM. Okay, first third, it means first third. Okay students, now you can do your exercise. If you face any problem in any question, then you can ask me.